I'm excited to talk to you today because this is one of my favorite topics, and that is the topic of entrepreneurship and the tools that your business needs in order to succeed. But let me ask you this question first. What is it that you are looking to do for your business? What are your goals for the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? What is it that you think you need to do in order to get there? Well, whether you are somebody who is a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, this episode is for you because it's going to give you the foundations that you need in order to position yourself the right way. Now, everything that I'm telling you today is out of my own head and from my own personal experience. I'm going to share with you what worked. I'm going to share with you what I see working in the future. And I'm going to also give you some actionable steps that you can take in order to be successful, in order to feel like you have accomplished so much. But none of this is going to work unless you take some notes and unless you put in the work. So let's get started. Welcome to Get Intentional with Mary. This podcast is for the busy woman who appreciates working hard and also playing hard. This show will focus on lifestyle, entrepreneurship, wellness, amazing interviews, and what every woman needs to live a successful and fulfilled life. Be sure to subscribe, share with friends, and leave a review. Now let's get on with today's topic. Okay, so first let me talk to my fellow service providers. You're a service provider if you are some sort of coach, if you are providing virtual trainings, if you're a fitness professional, if you're a nutritionist, you're a service provider. If you are a financial expert, you're a service provider. So, with that being said, you know that these days, whenever you meet somebody new, they won't ask you for your website. They might not even ask you for a phone number. The first thing that people ask these days is, can I see your Instagram account? Do you have a LinkedIn page? So that alone tells you where people are mostly spending their time and how it is that they do their research. So people no longer are just asking for your personal information. They want to see what you're about. They want to see you on video. They want to see what you share about. They want to see what your interests are. And that's why social media is always going to play a huge role in your business. Let's talk about how it is that you want to use social media as the first step in your sales funnel. I've talked about this before because if you think about it this way, let's say you're walking downtown and you see the beautiful boutiques or the restaurants. What is it that draws you in? Why do you go into the store, into the restaurant? It's probably because it's something that you saw. And that's how you have to look at your social media presence. So before we go any further with this, let's talk about what your business is about, who you are, who you're for. And it's also important to understand who you're not for. Maybe there are certain types of people that you don't want to work with. Maybe you're not looking to work with people who are straight out of college. Or maybe if you're in the fitness industry, you don't want to work with teenagers. Maybe you want to focus on seniors. Whatever it is, just understand who it is that you want to work with and who you do not want to work with, because the right type of marketing will attract the people that you want and will also repel those who you do not want to work with. And just like it's important to know what we want, it's also important to know what we don't want. Now, let's talk about your personal brand because that goes hand in hand with your social media. I know that a lot of the times when we're starting out in business, the budget may not be there for branding photography. But now we have the handy dandy iPhone, which also has a great portrait feature that you can set up and you can use for your branding photography. So do a little bit of research when it comes to this, because let's say you're a fitness professional and you want to be the go-to person for women who just had a baby. But take it a little bit further and say perhaps that you want to work with women who are postpartum and who have had a C-section. So what kind of content are you going to provide to them? And how is it that you're going to show yourself in your branding photography? Of course, you have to show that you know what you're talking about. Maybe you're a mom yourself. Maybe show some photos of you taking care of your kids. Maybe show some photos of you doing some of these exercises that maybe helped you heal a little bit faster. So, photos that are wonderful for people who provide that sort of service are the workout photo, the lifestyle photo, meaning the photo with you doing the things that you love. The self care photos are very, very good. So, research the people in your industry, take a look at their branding, take a look at what they're sharing as a way to inspire you and as a way to give you some ideas for what it is that you could do for yourself. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money on this, but you want great quality photography that is going to give you that visual edge. You don't just want to throw things at your social media account. You want it to look polished. You want it to look good. You want it to look clean. You can combine this now with your colors, your brand colors. Pick at least 3 to 4 branding colors. And if you don't know where to look for this, you can look online. A lot of the times, whenever I'm restructuring or even rebranding for a certain season, I like to switch it up. I'll go to Google and I'll look for specific color palettes and just write this down because this could benefit you as well. So I'll look for a warm color palette or a calming color palette because I'm a coach. I want to make sure that my brand is not too excitable. I want to be able to draw people in with that softer, cooler color palette that also has a little bit of color in there, a warmer tone. So you can combine all of that. Google these types of color palettes. You can also Google branding kit, for example. Now, whenever you Google the branding kit, you're going to not only see a specific color palette, you're also going to see different font pairings that you can use for your website, for your social media, for your graphics. And once you have all of that information, you can either come into Canva and create those types of graphics yourself, create your brand color kit within Canva, or you can hire somebody to do it for you. Additionally, if you do end up Googling these terms, you're going to see that there are a lot of Etsy shops popping up with brand kits. So take advantage of that. See what works for you and use this to curate your social media content, especially on Instagram, which is such a visual platform. You want to make sure that when people look at your social media page, your Instagram page more specifically, you have a warm and inviting photo that in some cases, maybe you can even remove the background of that picture so that it just shows your face. You're looking straight at the camera. Maybe your shoulders are slightly turned, but you're smiling and you have that warm and inviting look. You want your photo to be clear. This is not a personal page. This is not you holding something or swinging off a tree or on a bathing suit lying on the beach. This is a professional photo that needs to draw people in. Now we're going to take it from the top down. You want to make sure that the name of your account is also clear. When I started my Instagram account, I was doing a lot more fitness content. And I've pivoted over the years, of course, to offer coaching, but I still haven't changed my Instagram name. It's Mary Massey Fit. I haven't changed it, but if you are able to go ahead and do that, you do it. Go ahead and change your name so that it includes what you do. Ideally, my brand should be Mary Massey Coaching, but I haven't changed it. Maybe I will in the future. I'm a little too attached to it, I think, but perhaps it's coming. Now, make sure that that's clear. Your name should be clear. People should know exactly who you are and what you do. Then below that, you're also going to have the category that you fall under. Sometimes it's entrepreneur, sometimes it's personal coach, sometimes it's public figure. You decide which category you want to fall under. Below that, you're going to have your short bio. The bio for Instagram is up to 150 characters. If you're thinking, oh man, how do I keep all of these words and phrases within that character limit, go to Google and type in character count. And you're going to have a couple of different websites there where you can type in your bio and it'll count the characters for you. Once you're happy with that, you can pop that into Instagram. A couple of things to consider here. Make sure that your bio includes the keywords that people may be searching for. If you want people to come to your location, you have to make sure your location is set. Another thing to consider here is using the formula I help blank with blank so that blank. So basically, what it is that you do, who you're helping, and what is the outcome that this particular client or customer is going to have. So that's more if you're in the service based business. If you have a product that you're selling, then it's different. Then you just type in a few things relating to your product and also a clear call to action so that they click the link in your bio. Moving on with your Instagram page, you're going to have the highlights, and some people use them, some people don't. But make use of this because you can create a video where you talk about who you are, what you do, what you sell, and that could be one of the highlights on your page. And the highlight could be titled about me, about my service, about whatever it is that you're doing about your product. So be mindful of that. Now we're going to move on to the grid. Whenever somebody comes to your Instagram page, you're going to see the latest 9 posts. So take a look at that. How is it? Do you have anything pinned at the top? For my page, I have the Who I Am video where I talk about all the things that I love to do, a little bit of a behind the scenes of my life so that people get an idea of who I am. And I'm using video here, which brings me to the next point because video is extremely important. It's a great way for people to get to know you, to build that know, like, and trust factor, as they say. So think about using more video on your social media pages. Remember when I said earlier that I would also talk about what I see happening in the future? Well, video is still king in the future. That's where everything is leaning. And even with the AI tools that we are seeing, there are certain websites where you can upload your long form video and it'll chop it up into smaller videos, 30 seconds, a minute and a half. Not only that, but these websites will also add the captions to the video. Why? Because people still want to see video. You still need to show your face. You still need to speak. You still need to put yourself out there, be authentic, and drive people to your pages. Speaking on video should be part of your brand. Showing up on video still needs to be a huge part of your brand, a huge part of your strategy. But what happens when you're not feeling too comfortable? I get a lot of people that tell me, Mary, you're so comfortable on video. And it's true, but it wasn't always that way. I used to sweat profusely every time I would go live on social media or whenever I would just hit record on that camera. It would take me so long just to get set up because I just kept putting it off. It was so nerve-wracking, but I have to tell you that the only way to get through this is with practice. And for those of you who tend to stumble over your words and use the same certain types of words over and over again, for example, like and these types of words are filler words. And over time, you will get used to minimizing that. And one tip that I can give you is to watch yourself. Whenever you go live, whenever you record yourself, watch yourself and listen to some of the words that you continue to use. One of the words that I would use a lot was right. I would say certain things and then I would say right. So after a while, I was like, okay, this has to go. This has to go because I don't sound like I'm confident. I don't sound like the expert that I am in the topic that I'm trying to share. So some of these things just had to go. And every once in a while, I still watch myself. I listen to my podcast episodes and I realize that there are still little things, little tweaks that I can make here and there. So again, the only way to get better is to practice. Another thing that can help you is to have a bullet list of topics that you can stick to. If you're the type of person who gets a little bit disorganized with your thoughts, and that's me, by the way, it's important to have that bullet list of talking points so that you can make sure that you cross them off mentally and you go on to the next topic without jumping back and forth. One great way to do this is by using ChatGPT, which brings me to the next piece of technology here that you want to make sure that you are leveraging. So with ChatGPT, of course, you pop in whatever it is that you're trying to work on. And if you tell it to give you some talking points on a specific topic, and let's say you want to structure that topic to be 15 minutes long or 20 minutes long, it will actually break down the amount of time per topic that you should be focusing on. You can ask ChatGPT to give you an extended set of talking points or a concise, just bullet list, nice and easy, digestible. You can ask ChatGPT to give you an extended set of talking points to fill in some of the blanks if you need to, or to keep it short and sweet and just give you a bullet list of 5 to 6 talking points. Now, where am I going with this with the 5 or 6 talking points? Because if you structure yourself, if you structure your video to focus on these talking points, you can send that long form video off to a video editor and they can chop it up for you in by topic. So now from that long form video that maybe you went live or you pre-recorded and you set it up for streaming, and I'm going to tell you how you can do that as well. Now you have 6 videos that you can use. So think about strategy here and where it is that you may have the time to record some of these videos so that throughout the week you're going to be sharing easily consumable content in the form of video. Not only that, but when you have long form video like this, you can also create graphics with it, create a carousel, and that's basically your Instagram slideshow. You can also create quotes based on what it is that you were talking about. So when I said before long form video, you can pre-record and set it up to stream. I use a service called StreamYard. Normally I go live. I haven't really pre-released recordings. Normally I'll go live on StreamYard on different platforms at the same time. My Facebook business page, my personal Facebook page, LinkedIn. I could also go live on YouTube if I wanted to, but my YouTube channel is not set up yet as of the recording of this episode. And then the video stays there. So you can download the video and chop it up into however many pieces you want. But if you're the type of person who's like, oh, I'm so nervous about going live, well, there's 2 tips that I can give you for that. Number 1, you pre-record yourself. So you come up with your script, your talking points, and just look to the camera and just be as animated as you can possibly be, making sure that you stay to the point and you pre-record your video. If you feel that that video needs to be edited, well, download it, edit the video, get rid of some of the things that you don't want, re-upload the video to StreamYard and set it up to schedule to go live whenever you want on whatever platform you want. So you don't even have to be in front of the camera. However, I do suggest that if you do this, if you go this route, that you're at least somewhere on your platform monitoring any comments that may come through so that you respond adequately. Now, I'm going to take you one step further when it comes to video editing by using another AI technology, and that is called Descript. There is software that I use. I use it for my podcast and to edit my videos. Now, the great thing about this tool is that when you record video, whether you're recording within the software, within the program, or if you're importing a video and you're talking, it will automatically transcribe the content of the video. So you'll have an entire transcript for your video. But the cool thing is that you can either edit the video within the timeline, for those of you who have some experience editing video, or you can edit the transcript, delete words here and there, remove gaps, remove filler words, and it will automatically edit the video for you. It's a great tool because you can add B-roll. You can change the format from landscape to vertical for Instagram. It's an amazing tool with amazing capabilities. So this is what a lot of the pros are now using, and I can't recommend it enough. The amount of money that you pay for something like this is so minimal, but the capabilities are massive. So what I normally do is whenever I have a piece of video, a long form video that I want to edit, I pop it into Descript and I grab paragraphs that I want to share and I create a new project out of that. I'll add the captions because the video's already been transcribed. All you have to do is just edit the way that your captions look. And in the end, you have this amazing video that looks like a professional did it. But of course, I am the professional working on my home videos. but it's an amazing shortcut to have. So look into it. Look into it. There are amazing YouTube tutorials out there. But if you need a little bit more hand holding, this is something that I coach my clients on as well. As a matter of fact, I'm using Descript right now to record this entire podcast episode. And I got to tell you that about 5 minutes into the episode, I started recording. And then I thought, you know what? This content would make great video clips because it's a lot of useful information. So I set up the camera and then I continued to record, but this time I enabled the camera and it's within the same project. So I don't have to bring in an audio file into a video or vice versa. So it's a really, really sweet tool to use, and I can't recommend it enough. Now that we are done with video, let's talk about email marketing and what you need to get yourself properly set up. Now, we know that whenever you go to somebody's social media account and you really like it, maybe they're offering you something cool. You're like, oh, I want in on that freebie. So you'll go to the link in their bio, or maybe they're telling you, hey, DM me for the link. And that's a great strategy, by the way. So this way you end up starting a conversation with a potential client or customer, and then they will send you a link to a landing page. This landing page is actually called a funnel or a lead magnet. On this landing page, you'll probably see a box to put in your name and your email and a big submit button, and then you will get whatever they promised you. But what happens after that is this email nurturing sequence. And this is important because in those first days, when somebody downloads your free offer, you're going to want to build a relationship. Give them something valuable, go above and beyond. And I know that people think that email marketing is dead. It's actually quite not. But this is where things can get a little bit more interesting. So my strategy, and I'm going to tell you right now, is I offer a free membership program to my Zumba website where I have a lot of great videos on there that people can watch for free from anywhere in the world. And what do? I add those people to my email list, of course. And now, because these are people who enjoy moving, who love to dance, who want to have a great time, I market to them. I'll send them some great information. And then every once in a while, when I do have something to sell, a program that I'm offering, they are the first to know because I send them an email. And not for nothing, but it does convert. But I don't know if you know, I recently switched to a new platform where I don't only have the capabilities of collecting people's email addresses, I can also collect phone numbers. So the next step is to also do text marketing. And that conversion rate is so much higher because people are always on their phones. They may not get the email. If they do get the email, they might not open it for days, but they will look at your text messages right away. So I encourage you to get yourself a CRM, which has that capability of also collecting phone numbers. These are great for campaigns, for sales, or for new programs. Or if you're in the fitness or coaching industry, some motivational text messages. Those are always great. So let's go on to where it is that your email list is going to live. You need a great CRM, and the CRM is going to not only host your website, but also all of your lead magnets and your sales funnels. And you can segment your email list based on what it is that people are signing up for. So you can take the client from that journey of having that free content to eventually the paid content that would come to them. And this is why it's called a client relationship management system. You can see it all in one place. As a matter of fact, what if I told you that I have an amazing CRM that you can also use? Not only that, but what if I told you that I could give you training for 12 weeks to get you set up the right way and to make sure that you are collecting those leads, setting up your membership portal, your courses, your text messaging service, all in one place. The wonderful thing about the CRM that I'm using is that I don't have to go to any third-party tools anymore, such as Calendly, for example, for calendars, because the system comes with a calendar, with a social media planner. I don't have the need for Samcart or SquareUp anymore because I can create products And by products, I mean my digital products, my membership sites, my digital downloads, etc. You can also have physical products listed within your CRM as well. Set up a price point, charge for monthly memberships, weekly memberships, recurring billing, etc., all in one place. And I truly believe that this is where the future is headed in terms of that client relationship management and how that client journey goes from your Instagram account to your email list and finally to one of the product offerings that you have. So it's something to consider. If you're interested, you can send me a text message at 973-620-2227. All you have to do is just text CRM to that number, and I'll send you information right away. Now, with the information that I've given you, maybe your gears are turning. Maybe you're wondering what kind of freebie you're going to offer in order to start building that email list. There are so many things that you can do. Just to give you a few examples, you can set up a free PDF download. This is a great one, whether it's an ebook or journaling prompts like I do via workbook.marymassey.com, or a checklist, or a free membership website like I have with ZumbaWithMary.com, a quick challenge, a quick audio series, whatever it is. Think of something that is going to lead to a paid offer later. You want to think about it in this way. You have your low entry point, your mid entry point, and your high value point. So the low entry point is going to be that freebie. The mid entry point is going to be something that is affordable. And then you have your high ticket item. And depending on the type of industry that you're in, that could be either coaching or a 12-month program or fitness and nutrition package, etc. You decide what that is going to be for you. And I had it actually put in a very, very cool way by Brendon Burchard, whom I've been following for many years. He talked about Apple and Apple's marketing strategy and how in the beginning it was all about the iPod. Then the iPhone came out. Now people were upgrading from the iPod to the iPhone. But then the iPad came out. Now you're going from the iPhone to the iPad, because if you're a diehard Apple user like me, you're going to have all the Apple devices, from the iPods to the iPhones to the MacBook. So think of it in that way. What is your iPod? What is your iPhone? What is your iPad or your MacBook? I thought that was a simple way to look at things. You're basically having your client upgrade to the next level of greatness with you by their side. So there you have it, my friends. I hope that you found this episode useful. I would love to know what you're thinking. I would love to know what sort of product you are going to launch or how it is that you're going to implement all of these tips that I've given you. And as always, just know that I am just one calendar click away. We can talk about this further. And while you're here, let me tell you about the Inner Circle coaching and mastermind that I'm going to be launching this fall of 2023. This is for you if you want to learn from an expert in social media and mindset coaching. That would be me, because it still takes a certain level of mindfulness and also mental grit and fitness to put yourself out there consistently as an entrepreneur, to go on video, to believe in yourself. This is for you if you want to receive feedback from a supportive community and to elevate your skills. This is also for you if you want to stay accountable and motivated with monthly meetups, if you want to connect with other coaches who understand your unique challenges, and if you want a tight-knit community for support. So some of the things that you can expect in terms of the work, because why join a coaching and mastermind if you're not going to learn anything? You're going to learn how to design high converting funnels, not just design, but also implement them and see them through. You're going to learn how to launch and nurture your email list, how to edit videos like a pro. With my guidance, you will also learn the latest AI tools, use ChatGPT and Bard like a pro, strategize your social media game, crush those limiting beliefs, like I said before, shine on video confidently, launch your very own membership, course, or even podcast. I would so love to teach you what I know, if you'll let me, if you're ready for the next stage in your entrepreneurship journey, or if you're looking to launch a business. Send the message to that phone number again that I sent you earlier, 973-620-2227, with the word mastermind, and I will send you a link to apply. We launch this fall, and I hope that after hearing what I have to say for a while, after following me on social media and listening to my podcast and watching my live videos on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, you'll want to apply for this mastermind and coaching program. It is going to be amazing, and I'm super excited for it. So, with that being said, be intentional with everything that you do. Show up confidently, consistently, but above all, you want to show up for yourself. Make sure that your glass is full before you go pouring onto others. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of grit and determination. It requires you to clap for yourself because the hard work that you put into this sometimes is not even seen by anyone else. And I guarantee you that your family and your friends, they will not understand how your entrepreneurial mind works. So it's important for you to arrive at a certain level of balance or harmony so that you're able to manage and navigate all of the ups and downs of entrepreneurship while not sacrificing your most precious and most important relationships. I will leave you with that. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or evening as you're listening or watching this. Don't forget to leave a review and share this episode with a friend. That is it for today, my friend. Thank you for being here on the Get Intentional with Mary podcast. See you next time.